Good morning and welcome everyone to the Virtual Heads Student Leadership Showcase. My name is Albert Troche and I will be your host during this virtual event. We remind you that this event is being recorded to share it with students who were unable to connect today. The recording will be shared on the same page you register also. You can see the recording on the Heads YouTube channel and on our social media accounts. For today's event, we have more than 200 students registered for more than 25 institutions and more than 70 campuses in PR and the US. We welcome all students who accepted our invitation to this virtual Student Leadership Showcase event, English edition, taking your leadership to the next level. We also thank all deans and vice presidents of students affairs, counselors, directors, and staff of the institutions for their valuable collaboration to make this event possible. So now in particular, we greet students of institutions and organizations in PR. So we want to recognize the people from Ana Jiménez University, Carlos Albizu, Caribbean University, Colegio Universitario de San Juan, Dewey University, EDP University, Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, Nuke University, Ponce Health Science University, University of Puerto Rico, Aspira in PR, Borough of Manhattan Community College, Bossier Parish Community College, Bronx Community College, College of Staten Island, Delgado Community College, Eastern Connecticut State University, Queensborough Community College, Ostas Community College, Louisiana Community College and Technical College System, University of Houston Downtown, and Western Connecticut State University. Welcome all. You are the real protagonists of this event, and all we have planned has been thinking about you. Thank you all for your participation. We want to know your opinions about the event. We invite you to publish your comments under the hashtag Next Levels Enhance Event. Once again, the hashtag is Next Level and hashtag Heads Event. Now we formally start our Student Leadership Showcase, English edition, taking your leadership to the next level. The main purpose of this event is to promote the wide variety of services available free of charge to support your academic goals and increase your chances of success. Also to share presentations of expert resources in leadership and successful stories of student projects as the speakers invited for today. This is another of many events with you as Heads wants to continue offering events like this for many more years to support and take leadership to the next level. Now, we are pleased to introduce Dr. Jovelkis Montalvo, Heads Executive Director, to share with you a brief presentation about the Heads Student Support Services online and next events. Go ahead, Jovelkis.
Thank you, Albert, and greetings and welcome to the Head Student Leadership Showcase English edition. We hope that you can enjoy from this event and we are definitely so happy to have already almost 100 people. So we hope that the rest who register for this event can enter on time to enjoy it. Heads is delighted to continue providing special support to the students community of member institutions in Puerto Rico, in the States, and also in Latin America as part of our vision and mission. Therefore, free of charge webinars and virtual events like these ones have been coordinated on different topics to help you achieve your academic goals. We would like to highlight that the virtual plaza and the student placita that you may see and find in the main menu of the heads.org portal. This is our center for online resources and tools, totally free of charge for you. And especially, we would like to highlight the different services that we provide, including access to databases like in the next slide, Stephanie, please. The Peterson test spread, where Heads offers there, you can find free access to look for scholarships, practice tests like and ebooks to get prepared for tests like PCAT, ELSA, GRE, NCAT, DAT, among a lot of others. And in order to access this database, the steps are very easy. Just go to heads.org, click on the virtual plaza and the student placita. You will find the link called Peterson Test Prep. And in that page, you will see the list of all of our member institutions. Just click on the name of your institution and enter the access code that is provided either by your Office of Student Affairs, or if you don't have the password, write on the chat the name of your institution, or email us to info@heads.org to give you the password. If you write the name of your institution, Karen, our consultant of student affairs here in Puerto Rico, can definitely send you a private chat, a message on the chat right here live with the passcode, so you can access this. In the next slide, you will see that not only you can find scholarships from graduate, undergraduate, and also master and doctorate degrees scholarship, but also in the Peterson Career Prep that is in the same website, in the Student Placita, in our website, you can here look for jobs and internship search, create your resume, career advice, among other services. And the steps are very easy. You just go to heads.org again, click on the Student Placita in the Virtual Plaza, and click on the name of Peterson Career Prep. And here you will find tutorials how to navigate this database, and also find all the list of our members. Click on the name of your institution, and don't worry if your institution is not a member yet of HEADS. We can send us an email and we can give you access to a generic account that we have as well. In the next slide, you can find, I would like to remind you that we are, during this weekend, we are offering another webinars, and we hope that you can join us. The next one's gonna be on December 3. That's gonna be in Spanish. It's gonna be at 10 a.m. Atlantic time, that is Puerto Rico time. And this is gonna be for the topic Productividad y Manejo del Tiempo, ¿Cómo lo logro?, by Angie Escalante. And the last one of this semester is going to be on Thursday, December 9, by Pablo Rodriguez. He's still working on the topic, and as soon as we have all the details, we're going to open the registration for this one, and you can join us as well. That's going to be at 1 p.m. like this event, Puerto Rico time. So thank you so much for that. Don't forget to to enter and register, and remember to submit your information to enter in the raffle and request your certificate of participation. Just either look with the camera of your cellular, you can point it out to the barcode, or you can click on the link that we are putting on the chat. Karen, if you can put the link again, it will be great. Also, another messages that, remember, we are recording, so please keep your microphones in mute. And finally, after the webinar, you will be receiving a link, an email with a link to complete our evaluation for this event, because our goal is to continue enhancing these kind of events, and also find out what are your needs, what are your interests, to develop new topics and also new services that can help you achieve your academic goals. Thanks again. This survey is just multiple choice questions, so it takes you just around 5 minutes. So please, we will definitely request your support. Your feedback is very valuable for us. Thank you again for your time and participation, and we hope you enjoyed this event. Thank you so much. Continue, Albert.
Thank you, Yuvelkis, and thank you for your presentation. Again, we invite you to take full advantage of these services and to contact us in case you need more information at info@heads.org. So now we're pleased to introduce you to our main speaker of the event, Marcelo Rodriguez, with the topic how to maximize your leadership for the new technology shift. But first, let me share some information about Marcelo. Marcelo R. Rodriguez is an entrepreneur, Hispanic business growth advisor, and seasoned public speaker. He has been instrumental in helping finance, healthcare, education, and immigration organizations in connecting with the U.S. Hispanic markets. His technical experience in finances dates back to 1995 with the development of the first public website for Deloitte's Bank Ecuador. the first web-based banking platform for Banco Pichina, biggest bank in Ecuador, and a web service platform for the Ecuadorian Finance Ministry. Marcelo moved to the US in 2002 from Quito, Ecuador. His first job was a technical consultant for a Wall Street transcript company. And Marcelo's first adventure was formation of Ilanet.net, which was acquired by the Group Parada and provided digital marketing services for companies targeting the US Hispanic market. His bicultural background and experience in business digital transformation allowed him to develop and carry out successful campaigns for leading firms from various industries, government agency, and nonprofit organizations such as Toyota, Amex Latin Media Enterprise Portada, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and HETS, among others. In 2018, he co-founded Inkmatic, which acts as a trusted advisor helping Spanish-speaking business owners transition and grow into the U.S. economy with access to education, financing, and networking. Among his achievements, Marcelo led the project that was awarded first prize by Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius for its innovation to reduce disparities in health among underserved and minority communities. Also, Marcelo is active in the New York Hispanic community through his involvement with several distinguished professional associations and nonprofit organizations. He co-founded Juventud Ecuatoriana that provides scholarships to students of Ecuadorian descent. He served on the board of the Association of Hispanic Healthcare Executive and as the chairman of the Technology Committee and as the Technology and Marketing Director of Latinos in Information Sciences and Technology Association, which empowers Latino technological and scientific engagement. Marcelo is a regular speaker of the New York University NYU Digital Strategies class and for the Small Business Administration SBA, Spanish Initiative Business Seminars. He received his degree in computer system engineering and e-commerce master's degree from the Polytechnic University of Ecuador and holds industry recognized certifications from Google. So let's give a round of applause to Marcelo Rodriguez, who is the main speaker of our event today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Yuvelkis. Thank you, Albert, for the introduction. Thank you, Heads. It's been a pleasure working and collaborating with Heads for a long time. I think the work that they are doing is amazing for students. I've been very fortunate to be part, to attend, because the speakers they bring when they come to New York, you always learn. So the idea today is to more than anything, just to share with you some of the information and some of the experiences of a person who came from another country to the U.S. and all the pitfalls, all the good, the bad, and how was this path, this trip that took somebody that came from Quito, Ecuador, and then had an education outside the country, and then tried to enter the U.S. market. In the meantime, I was undocumented for a long time, but through my company, I was able to fix all my immigration status by using the company to sponsor myself. So the idea of the amount of information I can share can help all the experience of creation of a company, of how we work with the Hispanic market, why do we work with the Hispanic market, and taking advantage of the thing I know, which is the migration, which is financing, which is working with businesses, and then putting it together with a company that works in New York and helps the small business owners to enter the U.S. market. So, in order for us to get there, it was a lot of letting people know who you are. And the idea today is how to maximize your leadership. This is not going to be a leadership workshop. You have so many and so great workshops with Yuvelkis. You've talked about leadership, how to develop the leadership. The idea today is how to take that leadership, how to how to take who you are and bring it to the next level. And in order to do this, let's just talk a little bit about what impacted to everyone on 2020. I think there is no one person here that was not impacted by what happened and keeps happening with the pandemic. Why do I bring this? Is because the pandemic changed it, changed the lives of everyone, but also I think it changed the behavior of everyone here. We are using more technology than ever. And this is important to understand because all the changes, all the ways that you need to start looking in when it comes to let people know who you are, let people know what needs to be, uh, what's your purpose, and then taking that and promoting that. So that's where we're going to focus today. And I think Yuvelki said that we have some questions at the end, but feel free to jump in if you have any question. If something comes up to you, you want to ask, I won't be looking at the questions, but you can let me know, Yuvelkis or Javier or in the team. Let me know, and then we'll stop there. And at the end, we'll have some other questions. I'm going to start sharing.
In the meantime, you are sharing your presentation, Albert.
Yes.
Let me remind, because some students are asking me how to submit their information to ask request the certificate and also to enter to the raffle we have at the end. We are using the same link to both, so please click on the chat, open the chat on your right side, and click here on that link, and that takes you to a form that you can put your name and your information. So either to both enter the raffle and also request your certificate. The certificate will be sending next week. So wait for them. And if your name is in the list, you will be receiving your certificate. Make sure you enter the correct email. And because if you have a typo in the email, that we cannot be able to send it. So make sure you submit the correct information. Thank you, and continue, Albert. Excuse me, Marcelo. Sorry.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to start with the definition from Forbes. What is leadership? A process of social influence which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. Now, the keyword here is social influence. What's happening, if you can look around in every industry, in every aspect, we're talking about influencers. We're talking about people who has a big visibility, but they not necessarily started from having that influence, visibility, promotion. They started somewhere. They started sharing what content, right? What people are doing right now is looking at videos, looking at posts, learning, and there are other people that are creating that content. So right now, one of the things that we need to start considering is this creation, is this sharing, is to share your knowledge, to share your content. And you've seen what's happening right now in the U.S. It's on the news that about the labor shortage. Not many people, companies don't have workers. They are talking about they are talking about a problem with the economy. They are talking about where are they. Anywhere that you go to the news, you're gonna see this happening right now, and everything has to do with many aspects. But one of the things is that it's right now it's is the time for the workers, is the time for the people who are looking for jobs, in the sense of that after the pandemic we understood that there is a lot more than just work and overwork. There are many other things that we have to consider, and remote work and hybrid work and all the things that workers now they are demanding on the companies. So this is very important right now to realize that we have leverage, people or companies. We have leverage in the sense that that the job market is big, and companies are trying to get more qualified people, more qualified workers, and workers that understand these remote aspects and understand leadership and understand especially promotion. Um, if you're still a student, right? If what happens when you're still a student, we need to start looking into the market, what's happening in the market, and what's happening is that a lot of the recruitment is also being automated, is also being used with artificial intelligence, but at the end is done more and more online, right? And the adoption of social media has made the boundaries between professional and private life nearly indistinguishable. We're talking about what recruiters are doing, and I think there's nothing new that we know they are using more and more social media. But this is a report from Job by Recruiter that they are using LinkedIn 53% and Facebook 30%, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's very interesting because sometimes we think that recruiters and companies they are only looking into LinkedIn, and that's not the case anymore because they are looking into our lives. So when we talk about that the lines are blurred, sometimes the professional and private lives, if you are online, then you have to be very careful on everything you are promoting or everything that you are sharing. So think about it, look into this, that only like half of they are looking for candidates is in LinkedIn. The other half is on the other social media networks. And something interesting is also happening with TikTok. TikTok is continue to grow in recruiters. So if you are promoting some content, if you are sharing some content, and you're thinking about going entering in an industry in a market, then think about what you're posting and think about sharing and connecting in the different networks. Um, Also, let's talk about what are the biggest turn ups when it comes to social media. It's spelling grammar errors, posts and tweets. Sometimes we don't think about that, but this is really right now. This will showcase your brand at the end, and we're gonna talk about brand, references to marijuana, alcohol consumption, political posts, pictures of body. So this is interesting to understand what recruiters are looking into, what recruiters don't like when it comes to looking and sourcing for candidates. Um, how do they leverage social media? Um, we will share all this information. We're gonna go fast on this because we need some time for the questions. And the question here is how important is a professional image? And right now, it's more important than ever. A profile is really important. A profile speaks volumes about your professionalism. If someone just graduated from a university and has a professional photo, a completed profile, this would indicate that the person is up and comer and go getter. And it's right now your virtual persona is becoming you. So be very careful with all that and be professional on that aspect. So just to give you an idea, who would you hire? Then this is for a doctor position, and that was on an experiment. And just by looking into these, people could choose one of these people, right? So who do you think they were choosing? Yeah, they were choosing Jeffrey. Jeffrey has a professional photo. He looks like a doctor. And remember, this is only he looks like a doctor. We don't still know if he's a doctor or not, but just the first thought of people of recruiters when they are looking for a specific position is that they are looking into these things. We don't think about it, but they are doing it. So it's very important for us to do the most obvious and basic things when it comes to having a professional image. Now, top excuses that people usually do is I don't have a good picture, a professional headshot is too expensive. Right now, with your telephones and with good lighting, it's possible to have a very good picture for digital. We're not talking about printing and making it bigger. We're talking about just a good professional for your profile. Those are just excuses. As you know, you have in your hands one of the most sophisticated machines built up yet. The telephones are coming every time more and more powerful, so there is no excuse not to have a professional image. So some people think it gets easier once you graduate and then you go to the job market, but that's not the case. This is just because of the rise with mobile and digital technology. When it comes to everything, not only healthcare, when with every aspect, people are using digital more and more. So what's the strategy? First of all, we need to understand what the industry needs, what people need, what recruiters need, what your future employers or what the person that you want to work with, either for a company or if you want to build a business, you need to understand what people are looking for. And digital gives you this aspect. Digital gives you the technology to do market research on how to do this. If we have time at the end, we can do some exercises on doing that. Do you have a digital strategy? What do I mean by that? And do you have how are you leveraging your content assets? Before going into any detail, we need to understand something, and it's what's your identity first, who you want to be, how do you want to be perceived, what's your purpose, who are you, what projects are you working on, uh, who vouches for you, because technology is one aspect, but then how you promote yourself, how you put your projects online, and how what people talk about you is the same for businesses and is the same for job positions. Because for businesses, the first thing you do is you search for a business, and then you look into the reviews for the businesses, and then you go to the business. But so it's a process of a buyer. When somebody is looking for a candidate, is the same. They look, they search, they put keywords, they get candidates, they see who they work with, they see the recommendations. So it's the same. Either you're going to work for yourself, you want to build a business, or if you are going to go and work for somebody else, the process of creating your identity is the same, because either you want it or you don't want it, you already have a brand. People already perceive whatever they perceive online. So it's your job to build up yourself so you can so you have a message to share. Now, in order for us to do it, you have to treat yourself as a business, and you need a business model to do it. You need to think about everything else as you think about yourself as a business, and you need a business model. All right, this is in Spanish, but the business model is needs clients. In this case, when you're thinking about a client or you're thinking about a job, you think about who are you gonna help, who is gonna need your help, the people who are going to consume your services or is going to use your talents, right? So those are your clients. Now you need a value proposition. How do you help? What makes you different? And then you need a way to connect. You need a channel to connect what makes you different, your value proposition with these clients, or or with the people that are going to need your help. They are going to need the channels. The channels are right now mostly are online. So how are you going to connect that? How are you going to interact with them? And then on the other hand, you need, who are your business partners? Who are you going to work with? What activities are you're going to do every day to become that person, to become that business, to have that value proposition? And then you need to understand what the cost involved on creating that, and also how are you going to benefit. Is it, you're gonna, if you work for somebody is by your salary, but if you have a business is how you're going to get paid, right? And the cost is, everything has the cost. So your resources, the activities, the time you invest in you has a cost. So this is a business model. A business model canvas is really one page, but whenever you're creating your purpose, do these questions, understand these questions. Who do you really want to be? How do you want to be perceived by the people that you want to help? How are you going to connect with them through the channels? How are you going to maintain that connection through customer relationships? What are you going to be doing every day of the of every time you're interacting with them? What do you have right now? What are your resources? Who you are and what you have, the cost and the benefits. So whatever you're thinking on becoming, you need to understand first your purpose. The first thing is to treat yourself as a business. Think about all these aspects, and then you're going to have a small business path. You're going to have once you have the model of the business, you're going to be able to build up a plan and strategies and tasks and tactics and that. So once you have that, once you know who do you want to become, once you know what your purpose is, then you have to consolidate your brand. As I was talking before, you already have a brand. Either you like it or not, is there. So you either are the person who conducts, you're the maestro, or you're the audience. You have to choose, because if you don't choose, it's gonna be chosen for you. You either create or you consume, but you already have a brand. Even though you think you don't, you already are being perceived by people, who you are, what you do, what you post, how are you going to be perceived. That's up to you. So how do you consolidate the brand? Right now, as you know, it's being digital. You need to get your own name, and to have one name for every other network. So even though you don't, even if you don't have a business, try to get under your name. Put your name, at least be the owner of your own name, with your name, your middle name, your last name, or use another brand name. No matter how you're going to use it, you have to consolidate. What does consolidate mean? That means that is the same name for every other network. Don't use one name for Facebook, another name for Twitter, another name for the other networks. Try to use one name, and there are a lot of tools. One of these tools I'm sharing with you in the presentation. Then what you do is you put the name that you want to be, that you want to use all across all the other networks, and then find out if it's available on all of them. If it is available, buy it. Not only, I mean, buy it in the .com, but the other ones you have to create. You don't have to buy anything on Facebook, but you have to create your handler, your name, the username you're going to be using. And the more consolidated you are, the better for the people that for the recruiters to find you, and also for companies. When you if you have a company, then for companies to find you. Otherwise, you are competing with yourself. You have different names on the different on the different places. If you have a name for Facebook and another one on Twitter and another one on LinkedIn, then you have a problem because you are competing with yourself, either as a person that's looking for a job or as a business that's promoting. So try to get consolidation. Buy one name. A name is really inexpensive. It costs you like $10 a year, and there you can, if you already have social media, you can consolidate. You can aggregate all the data into your own profile, but start using yourname.com and then the same name on every other network. Yeah, it's 12 dollars a year for the domain, and then build a website or consolidate it. There are so many tools right now that they are easily available. They are not expensive at all, and there are more complicated tools. Yes, you can use as you can be using something simple as Squarespace, or more complicated as WordPress, where you can build up your own image, your own, and start sharing your own content. The good news is that all these tools are available for everyone. You can be using the same tools that big companies are using. After the pandemic, this was made available for everyone. So it's very important that we take advantage of the fact that everything right now, everybody's competing with everybody, and we need to be one step ahead of the competition. You already have competition. Your classmates are going to be your competition. The people around you are going to be your competition. That's why, either you like it or not, you already have a brand. So think about that very, very, very good. Build a network. Right now you need to whenever you're creating a content, you have to share it on all social media. You have to share your content in the website and every other place, because how does influencers work is, yes, they share content, and they build a network, and they keep sharing interesting content based on their own followers. So there are so many industries, there are so many content niches that you can be an influencer. The idea is to look for, what can I do, what can I find, where can I start. Well, there are many ways, and again, I think Heads has so many tools, so many resources, great information. You have to start investing in yourself and learning more, but also using the technology, using research, using, okay, whatever you want to explore, what's happening in the world. Go to Google Trends. On Google Trends, there are so many ways that you can leverage what people in all the world are looking for. They are looking for many things. So if your idea is to become a software engineer, a type software engineer, and look into all the people, what they're looking for in terms of that, and then start creating that type of content, and then start sharing that type of content. Another tool that a lot of people don't realize that we have in our hands is when you're searching in Google, and at the end you see other related searches. The related searches are what people are looking for in terms of a specific keyword search. If I was searching for software engineers, all you can see is the other keywords related to that: jobs, job descriptions, degree, course, subjects, type of software engineering, skills, developer. So what you already have here is a roadmap of what type of content you start creating, so you can become more and more, to get more influence by creating some content. So I'm gonna stop here and open up for some questions.
For questions, you can either use the chat or you can open your mic and do the question. Any questions? This is the time. Don't be shy. You can do the question in Spanish since we have a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of students and we can
sí,
translate.
sí.
Don't worry, and Marcelo are fully bilingual, so he doesn't have a problem with that. There are some students who just enter because they forgot that Puerto Rico time is different to Eastern time, but and we're glad that they made it. We're gonna share the presentation later and the recording, so you can go, Evela, see the full presentation. We already have the presentation of the students because Marcelo had some problem with his internet, and then we were able to, Evela,
To go back.
exacto, to go back, and then Xavier already did his presentation. But we are on time. We have additional time. Marcelo, if you want to continue your presentation, since everything seems clear to everyone. No questions so far.
Sure. I can I can I said if we have some time, we can go over the tools that I was talking about. So whenever you're looking into what's happening in the world, there is an excellent tool, that's Google Trends. Google Trends allow you to see what's going on, what people are searching for in different parts of the world. So if let's say you are looking into, if I'm here and I am from Ecuador and I want to know what's happening, what people are searching in the United States, something uh, um, from Ecuador, I put the keyword Ecuador, and I search here, and I want to know in the United States who what is being searched about Ecuador in the past 12 months and where. This gives me a lot of information. For example, here, I know that, yep.
Marcelo, we can see your screen because you stopped sharing. I don't know if you want to share.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I
No
did not
problem.
realize
No
that.
problem.
Now you can see it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Google Trends. This is a tool that's very useful for you, either to explore what's going on, what people are searching for, and this is really useful when you're starting to do some research. Because as I was saying, maybe let's say that I want to start uh, something about Ecuador here. I don't know where to start. I don't know what content to start creating so people start following me, or what type of information they're looking for. So once I know my purpose and I said, okay, yeah, I want to be known in the United States as a go-to person for a specific subject, I start here in Google Trends. I put the keyword on Google Trends, and I tell Google what I want to do, in what country I want to know what's being searched in the keyword. So I'm asking Google, tell me everything about people that are searching Ecuador and are in the United States in the past 12 months. So this gives me a great information on the seasonability of something. So I know the specific dates that people search more about a specific topic. Let's say I'm looking into Ecuador. This gives me an idea of where exactly are most of these searches. So this gives me a great detail on I know where my market is. The people searching for something related to Ecuador are mostly in New York and in Florida more than anything, and I can dig into what cities are mostly being searched. So think about it. This gives you a lot of info on where your market is, where your clients or or who is going to consume your product is, right? So this is very useful, for example, for any type of comparison, any type of branding aspect. Um, eh, you've seen these tools. Maybe you saw just the results, but you didn't know where did they get the information when they are comparing how people search or what was the interest of the people throughout time. When you see politics, when you see products, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to compare, whatever you want to see how the searches are going, this is a great tool. Right now, I'm looking into the comparison Biden-Trump, and this is what the interest of people in the United States in the past 12 months. You can go back to many years, and you're going to see very interesting aspects, very interesting facts of what happened before. You see, before nobody was interested in Biden until he was candidate, and then that had happened. You can do this with any person. I mean, with any public person. It has to have a level of a number of searches throughout the different platforms. But this is really an important tool for you to know. For example, if you want to if you're doing software engineer or artificial AI engineer. For example, you want to just know certain things, as you know, more software engineer, artificial engineer, not so much, but maybe you can find another keyword next to that. You can do this with any type of keywords, any type of brands, any type of things that gives you an idea of what type of content start creating. Another tool is in the same aspect in Google that sometimes we don't realize that it's there when you're looking for any type of keyword. Look at the end. This gives you an idea of what other keywords people are searching for, what's being searched for, and every platform, every network have these stats. So when you work with the stats, when you work with data, it's easier to create content based on that data, based on the searches that people are looking for. So you can start creating your videos, you start creating your content. So I'm gonna stop again and then open up to if you have questions.
If you want to, Marcelo, if you want to share the other tool that you mentioned that you can see if your name is available to how do
Okay.
you going to consolidate all your social media? That sounds very interesting for students who start in Bella doing their profile. And how do you recommend to manage, because some of them use social media for when they're hanging out and everything else. How do you recommend to manage both the profile for professional as a professional and then their social, as it's called, social media, social? How do you
So first
recommend
of
to
all,
manage?
yeah, the tool has been updated. It's huge. It's Name Checker. Name Checker. Um, it's Name Checker without the er. Is Name Check r.com. And then what you do is, for example, if I want to start, I could put maybe my name, It's MR. I already have, so I'm just creating a new one. Um, our company, for example, is Incumatic. So if I use Incumatic, it's gonna tell me immediately that the .com is unavailable, the Facebook is unavailable, Twitter is unavailable. So that's not a good idea to use that name. So what you do here is you start looking into names, into domains or usernames all at once. So for example, Dr. Yubelkis Heads. That's um, that's the .com is available, Facebook is available, Twitter is available. So that could be a starting point of a brand, just in case. Anything that you want to start, that you start a search here, you're going to be able to see immediately what's available before you start even creating the username. And once you start a username, then you have to consolidate and use the same username for every other network. So once you have that, then you start sharing the content, start sharing your awards, sharing what you've been able to do in the. I'm just going to show you very quickly what you can do once you get your domain setup. Then in your profile, it's very important to put your feature. In the feature part, you can start adding all the awards that you received, all the prizes you got, or anything, all the interviews. So as you can see, I'm consolidating because people, recruiters or clients, they don't have time to start searching for you. Once they find you, or once you send them your email or your domain and your username, it's better to have everything in one place so they can see you've been featured, interviews, and everything. Then all the experience you've got, and with links to specific resources, because the more you can show, the more you can consolidate. Again, the more you've been sharing the content, the more information they have to discuss, either within the companies who are going to hire you. That's when you want to work for somebody. But if you have a company, then again it's the same thing, because people want to find you, and what they're going to do is they're going to do a search for you. And if you don't have consolidation, if you don't own all the first page on Google, then you're gonna let other companies or other people to dictate the message. In this case, we own the .com, the Facebook, the BBB. We own these profile names, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., etc. We have all these profiles already created. What happens is, when if you don't consolidate, then you either leave other people to use it, or sometimes competitors can use it, or other people can use it when you don't consolidate. Then you also have a Google Place. Some people think that because they are a person, they don't need this, but I think it's important that if you're sharing something, why not also be the owner of that brand, and then the reviews, and then get people recommend you. It's going to be exactly the same, either as a person or as a business.
Excellent, excellent information. Thank you, thank you. I'm seeing some comments that people saying that this is very useful, helpful. Thank you for the great
Yeah,
information.
so for me, it's an honor
Anything
to
else,
present our
Catherine?
next guest today from Inter Bayamón. Así que Inter Bayamón está en la casa. And now we would like to continue today's event with Xavier Alvarez, who will share his experience working with the project PR Cunard 2. the first satellite made by Puerto Rican students. But first, let me share some information about Xavier. Xavier is an electrical engineering student in his 6th year and graduates in December 2022 for the Inter-American University Bayamón campus. Woohoo! His goal is to work with an aerospace company and become an astronaut. In 2021, he was in a previous project called 2017 NASA Balloon Project, the total solar eclipse in America, where they created capsules to observe the solar eclipse from the atmosphere. He is an active member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. So today we have with us Xavier Alvarez. So adelante, go ahead. I cannot hear Javier. Try now. Say hello or something. No te oigo.
Javier, we can hear you.
You just verify the mic and the audio is connected to the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having problems with the computer.
There you go.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm having trouble with the computer. So nice meeting you today. Thank you for inviting me to Heads. And I started in the 2017 ballooning project with NASA. It was something I wasn't expecting. All my projects are being like that. And that's when I first knew I wanted to work with outer space companies and I wanted to be with electrical engineers around. And then the best thing that happened to me in the world has been my professor, Amilcar Rincon. And thanks to them, and thanks to the Inter-American University too, we can do all these projects together. I'm here to talk to you about the CubeSat NanoRacks 2. And we made this project happen with the COVID. It was 2029 after the Hurricane Maria. We started doing this project in the 2017. It was the first project that we did. Everything happened so fast. We applied for the things and NASA replied to us in February saying that we were able to put the first Puerto Rican satellite in space. So I never imagined me working myself with a project of that type. Since we're going to space and it's going to be the first one, we have everyone in us, like all the press conferences, everyone was counting on us and we cannot let anyone down, but not let ourselves down. And we had too much problems with COVID. Our lab got flooded after the hurricane. So we basically lost everything, but we were able to come back from this. And that's when in my presentation, this is when they announced that the 9th round of the candidates for the CubeSat space mission. This is the CubeSat. For those one it's a 3U CubeSat. So it's small. It's like a feet. And this is the whole thing right here. These are the current project that we have now. And so now we're finished with the CubeSat. It's already in space. We are working with it right now. So they invite me here to tell my experience with this. And it's something that you never dreamed of, but it happens. And when it happens, we are still living in that bubble that the project happened. And when we saw the launch right here on August 29th, some people here were with us that day, and we all cried because it's an experience that you are not, it's 1 out of a million people that gets to do this. And it's not about like forcing it, it's about persistence. We were going to quit because everything that happened to us, we got hurricanes, we got the COVID, we got the whole things. But the best thing in the world is persistence, that you never stop doing something if you love it. If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. This is the part that where the capsule was being attached to the International Space Station, and this is the International Space Station for you who doesn't know what it is. And this was the best day of our life when in October our satellite got launched into space officially. They released it with the astronauts, and it's active at the moment. And I wanted to talk to you about the project because we thought it was going to be a small project, and all of a sudden, like press and everything started attacking us in a good way, and we were trend in the New York Times, Colombians. In Colombia, we were number one on the newspaper in our city, everywhere. When we came back, it was it was really good because they all received us in the airport with all our families, with all our whole team in the university, and it's an experience that I enjoyed the most, and I want to be an astronaut in the future, and these things are helping me. And like I said, if you want to pursue something, you have to do it. If you love it, just keep going it, never quit, and just do what you like. And one day that thing that you're doing for it, you're working for it, and you're not gonna feel like it's boring because you always love it. And it's like going on your it's like you're working but with your hobbies. And if right now you want to quit, just think about that two times again. If you love it so much, you should fight for it. Currently, this is the lab. We have a lab in our college, and we're currently working on new projects. Like I say, this is the whole team. The whole team could not be here, so I'm speaking for them. But we are a team of 46 people, maybe. We were working in the project for 10 or 12 years, maybe. And this is the whole team. I want to say thanks to all of them. And thanks to all of you who supported the project. If you want to know anything more about the project, you can still follow us in our pages. We are prqnr2.org, and in Facebook, we are prqnr2. All right, so that's what I have for today. If you have any questions, you can ask me. We'll be happy to answer them.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Xavier, for sharing this innovative project that definitely was on the news here in Puerto Rico. Bueno, not in Puerto Rico right now, but in my hometown, in Puerto Rico, it was all over, and we are very proud of you for this achievement. Any questions you can ask questions on the chat. I don't know. Did you stop sharing your presentation? Could you please stop sharing so we can see Xavier, the people? Okay, now we can see everyone, the gallery. So if someone have a question, he can either open the mic or write the questions in the chat. Don't be shy.
Mhm.
Albert, if you want to share something, since you were part of that.
I just want to make sure that you see the picture at the lounge. I was there at the lounge with Xavier, so I get to meet Xavier at the lounge by there in Cape Canaveral. And in August, no, the thing is, the lounge was supposed to be on August 28th, right, Xavier? It was a Saturday, and then we had to stay till Sunday.
No, it was supposed to be it was supposed to be 28 on Saturday morning. It was supposed to be at 4 a.m. and it got canceled by one droplet. When it started, like just one droplet fell, the project, we were at the platform, you could see all the rockets on, and all of a sudden, NASA sent us the text, it's not going anymore. And they shut the whole thing off. But then what we didn't knew is that the next day, it was the perfect day. it was bound to be. And we were there. He was there with us, and it was an experience that I'm not gonna have the same experience twice in my life.
Mhm.
And we strongly suggest if you can be part of an experience of watching or experience the lounge by night, not by day, by during the night,
Yeah, it
by
has to
night,
be by night.
it's very nice experience because you can see like it's all lighting up in the
Mhm.
during the
In the
night, and you
sky.
can see the experience, and you can see like when the rocket goes up into the sky and those kind of stuff. So it's just very fun. It's very fun. Any questions from the people here?
Any questions? I hear some sounds. I don't know if someone have their microphone open. Could you please, if you're not having a question, make sure you are mute so we don't have any problems in the interruptions on the recording. Where we can see it, Lorena Cabrera asked Xavier.
Oh, where
are
you can see it, like the launch. If you all right, so if you go to the if you go in YouTube, you can go either on SpaceX YouTube or NASA, and you can find the Dragon X2 and you just write the date, August 29, Dragon 2 launch, and you're gonna see it. It's the CRX 23rd mission, I believe. And you can see the whole thing there. And after that, you're gonna see the whole live stream because NASA did a whole live stream before the rocket launch and after the rocket launch. If you let me share
Yes,
a
you can
picture,
share that on
yeah, I have it right here. Let me go
the
on
link.
YouTube and look for it.
The link. So in the meantime, Xavier, is any other question to Xavier? Mira, Lorena say yeah,
I think
thanks.
Marcelo is back on the room.
Yeah, I'm back. I was about to mention that Marcelo would have an interruption in the internet. That's why he gets disconnected, but he's gonna continue the presentation. So we have this brief, so glad that he made it back because the topic was
All
very
right, so
interesting. So Xavier,
I
as soon as
found
you finish,
the video. I'm just gonna put the link on here.
Oh,
Let me share it. All right. Where is Zoom? I lost Zoom. All right, here.
you can share it here.
It's right here. Oh, I thought I lost the app. Wait. Oh, here I go. All right. I shared the link with you. Tell me if you can see it.
No, I think it's a DM just for me, Xavier.
Oh, wait.
Just make sure
Yeah,
to share it to everyone, or
yeah,
just
to
share it
everyone.
yeah.
Here we go. There we go.
Now is already in the chat, so everyone
It's
can
already in the
see it.
chat.
excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xavier, again for your time, for representing your group, your team. We definitely enjoy very much this achieve that you made.
Move on to the final part of the event, and we asked Stephanie Perez, Head's Marketing and Social Media Coordinator, to explain how you can participate in the raffle. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Thank you, Albert. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna share the screen to see the raffle instructions.
That's just for knowledge because you already have the information, but just to step up the terms and to make sure that everybody knows the rules in order to participate. So we don't see the presentation, Stephanie. I mean the slide. The internet. No, the internet today is like kind of hectic. But we are trying to, this is live. Uh-huh. So, do you have it? No?
No.
Okay, but anyway,
let me-
share the information and then we can continue.
Hold on a second because my computer is kind of freeze. I don't know why.
It's the internet forces.
Probably.
I know. But don't worry, just say it and then Albert can continue.
Yes, so basically the instructions to follow, like to be in the raffle, you just need to be in the event, participate, and register your name under the link that we were sending through the chat. And with that being said, that you're participating in the raffle. So I will share the screen to see the wheel in order to announce the 6 winners of the Amazon cards that will be of $50.
Yeah, Albert, if you want to mention that in the meantime, the information.
Does somebody gonna
We
share the screen?
see Stephanie's doing that.
Okay.
The screen, we have a wheel, electronic one, so everybody are supposed to be already submitted the information already, the name, so your name will appear in the wheel. And since we are not that many, at the end we were around 100 people, so you will able. The Amazon cards will be sent by email, so I hope that you put correctly your email with the card of $50 each. So remember that you have to be present to win. We have the wheel,
There we go.
present, and also you have to be a student. So we're gonna ask when the name is called. If you're a student, if you're not a student, then we're gonna select another winner.
Okay,
Go ahead.
So let's click to spin, and the winner for the first Amazon gift card will be. Ay, Dios mío. It will be Inaida Anduce from Ana Jimenez, Carolina.
Are you here, Inaida?
Inaida at 1. Just you can turn on your mic or you can write down on the chat if you're here. 1, 2. Oh, she's here. She's here. She just answered. So let's give a round of applause to Inaida. She's here.
Yeah, muy bien. So we have our first winner. Let me screen here this. So we have, okay, go ahead.
So let's spin the wheel once again, and the next gift will go to Monica Rodriguez Pavon from Ana Jimenez as well. Congratulations.
Are you here?
Is Monica Rodriguez here? Hi.
Monica, are you here? You can either open your mic or say on the chat that you're here.
Entra, abre. Entra.
Albert.
Sí, I'm here. Okay.
Is
Next
she
one.
here? Can you see her? Can you see her?
No. Is Monica here?
No,
Monica? No.
here.
No, she's not here.
Okay, pues next
Okay,
winner.
let's spin it once again.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So Monica, sorry, you missed it. Ana Jimenez again.
Ana Jimenez. Noraima Selpa Gomez. Is she here? Oh, she's right here. Está ahí.
All right.
Yeah.
Noraima, muy bien. We have a winner. All right. Congratulations. We have 4 more to go. Congratulations.
4 more gift cards, and the next one goes to Genesis Malavé Martes, Interamerican University of Puerto Rico, Bayamón.
From your home.
Yeah. On campus. Way to go, Bayamon. So let's see if Hennessy is here.
Genesis, are you here? Are you a student? Important. I know the other two are, but
Yeah.
important to
Hennessy
ask.
Malave, you can turn on your mic or write it down here in chat.
Mm,
I believe that she's not here.
no.
Aye.
Oh, she missed it.
Oh, she's
But
not here.
change. So next.
We go to the next one.
And we're still on time, so. Okay, let's see.
Rosa Gomez,
Yeah,
University of
from the
Houston
States.
downtown. There you go. Is Rosa Gomez
Rosa,
here?
are you here? Yeah, she's here.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
way to go, Rosa.
Hey, we have a winner from the US. Very nice. You will be receiving that by email.
You
Okay,
seen in
we're
the house?
gonna make sure we have the correct email before we send it next week. So let's wait until next week. You will receive it the prize.
This prize goes to Jared Rodriguez Lopez from one.
Jared, are you here?
Is Jared here?
One.
Sí, estoy aquí.
Hey,
Sí,
muy
que está por
bien,
ahí.
Jared. Okay, he's here. So we have already, let me see, we don't want to lose. We have Jared, Rosa is number 2, and Oraima 3, 4. We have two more cards.
2 more gift cards.
Congratulations, Jared.
And the next one goes to Kevin Rafael Santiago Feliciano. Is Kevin here? Let's just verify if he's here in the chat. Or if he already left.
Kevin?
Kevin, está por ahí.
Yeah,
Are you
he
here?
said here. Yeah,
Oh, he's right here.
he's here. So
Congratulations,
we
Kevin.
have another winner. Kevin, you're a student, right? I guess. Important. As well as the other. Important. So the last, he said yes. The last Amazon gift card of $50 goes
This
to
goes to Taira Lopez.
Ana Jimenez. Taina, are
Yeah.
you here? Are you a
Oh,
student?
she's right here. She wrote it down very fast. Congratulations, Taira. Escribió rapidito.
Ira.
There you go.
Are you-
Congratulations.
Are you a student? Yes, she said she's a student. So we have the 6 winners. I didn't put, Stephanie, let me do a spring pong. Can you put that again there? Because I want to make sure I have every win, all the winners. In the meantime, Albert, you can.
Well, so congratulations to all the winners of this raffles. We hope you enjoy them. On behalf of Hats, we thank
The
you
name of
for
her.
the name. On behalf of Hats, we want to thank you for your assistance and active participation in the event. Remember to stay linked to Hats throughout our social networks and our website, hats.org.
Yes. Taina is the last winner from Ana Jimenez. UAGM. We want to make sure we have all the names, so we have to send it. So thank you, Albert, for being our master of ceremony. Thank you, Stephanie, for your help with the raffle and the presentation, and Karen with the help with the chat. Thank you all for your participation, and for Marcelo, who stepped out because he has to continue working. Also Xavier for his presentation. Remember that by next week you will be receiving the certificate and also the prizes, the one who win the Amazon gift cards by email. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you in the next webinar. The next gonna be next Friday in Spanish, and the last one on December Thursday, December the 9th, at 1 p.m. Puerto Rico time. So we hope to see you all. Thank you for your time and have a good week. Bye-bye. Yeah, those are the last. Just go to the
Bye-bye.
next events in HED's website and you will see, and you just register there. free of charge. Thank you, Albert. Take care. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.